Everything has a
next.
perverted version of itself. And if you don't have a consciousness of, I, firstly, am a person submitted to God. Secondly, I'm a person of prayer. If you don't have that consciousness, that perverted version is more attractive to your flesh. And if you don't have that consciousness that you are submitted to God, that God is your reality, like is your authority, if you don't have that consciousness that I am a praying man, it's easy to subscribe to it. Because I could feel my internals trying to what's going on, man? What's good? Happy New Year to all my peoples. Good to be alive, ain't it? Good to be alive. It's raining, stormy. Well, I wouldn't say stormy, it's thundering. Today, it's laid in my heart to talk about what I experienced internally, mentally, in me. It's like I now have the words to put it together, which is, it's been a while since I went out. When I say out, I mean like out, vacation type of out. You know, I was with my peoples, and being in that type of out, that vacation, that type of out of your routine, out of your norm, right? Out of your norm and being out there, you know, engaging with new people, seeing new people. And when I say engaging, I mean like, yeah, no, engaging in a new environment, being in a new environment, just being in a different atmosphere entirely. I've been on this monk mode type of living for so long that the only people, the only places I would go to, it's home, church, maybe a restaurant with someone I haven't caught up with in a while, but it was all places I'm used to, and I still came back home in my own system and environment, and and it wasn't my own comfort. The times that I pray, when I read the Bible, that nothing really changed in that. There was no inconvenience in that. It was all straight through. And when I got out of my system and I went into like vacation type of, I kind of prepared for it mentally, but preparation and experience is different. Yeah, you can prepare for it, but the experience, okay, cool, I've prepared, now it's time to execute and experiencing. You know, when you experience, there are certain factors that are out of your control, and you have to adjust with them as you go. As you adjust with them, one thing that before I left, I was like, yo, I do not want to leave my identity. Or let me not say my identity. I do not want to leave my processes of praying just because I'm out of the city. Because once upon a time that happened, and since I was not used to that environment praying, I didn't necessarily prepare for it mentally, that okay, cool, there's going to be, this might happen, and if this happens, and so I went there, and it was a while back actually. I saw that okay, it's like I completely left my system behind, and I drained the systems. My consciousness was still there, but I feel like I was not mature in the spirit yet. So this time around, I saw that, okay, cool. It's also actually coming back to Abraham. I was listening to Apostle Osai, and he was talking about what Abraham did. He would pitch tents and build altars. Identifying that, I was like, you know what? I do not want to pitch my altar like it's a tent where it's temporary. It's only valid when I'm in a certain place. Hence I'm talking about preparing. I was preparing in my mind. I know I'm going to be out of my normal praying, sitting down time. I knew I was going to be out of it. So I was mentally preparing. I'm like, okay, cool. Since that's the case, how am I going to adjust to a point of, as much as I'm there, I do not leave my altar unattended. I don't leave my altar here, but I go with it. It doesn't become permanent. It does not become conditional. I only pray when I'm home. No. I'm only a praying man when I'm home. No. It's like, since if I'm a praying man when I'm home, then that means I'm able to be a different person out there. And to a certain degree, that's hypocritical. You're one person here, but then you're another person there. You can't be a praying man at home, but not a praying man when you're outside of home. When you're outside of, so to me it was a thing of, okay, cool, since that's the case, I'm going to operate in a sense that I build a system of, okay, I'm going to pray like this, like that, like this when I'm there. But the main fact is, don't stop praying. I'm gonna get to what that did for me. Don't stop praying. When you get there, right? Don't stop praying. You change your environment. Don't stop praying. You're in a different city. Don't stop praying. You're in a different house. Don't stop praying. Don't stop praying. Don't allow your mind to make up realities that, no, this is the wisdom of the devil, Satan, your enemy. I like to even tell my people that if it's keeping you away, if it's or they, whoever is keeping you away from praying and reading the Bible, he, she, they, that, it is your enemy. Is your enemy. So before I left, I was preparing myself that I'm not going to allow my mind to make up realities where I won't be praying anywhere I go. I won't allow myself to accept that, okay, then that means today I'm not praying. Making excuses like I'm in a different environment, I don't feel comfortable here. Oh, I don't have my table here, that means I'm not praying. Oh, I don't have 1 2 1 2, that means I'm not praying. Like carrying that identity of I'm a praying man. Carrying that identity of, yo, I know who my source is. I'm at a point where I'm afraid to operate out of God because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm capable of. You know why? Because I know what I've done. And I see what God has done for me. I see what me submitting to Him has done for me. I see how God has changed my life. It's not that I've seen, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And I'm at a point where I do not want to let go. I do not want to let go. I'm afraid to let go. Because the thing that actually scares me the most now is that if I let go at this point, with the knowledge and that which God has given me, the revelation, what is it going to take to get me back? You know? It's scary. I don't even want to go into that. Anyway, so continuing with that, okay, I'm preparing to continue praying where I'm going. Now it was time to, that was the preparation. Now it was time to experience by putting that which I was preparing for in motion. Now I'm in it. Alright, started with the family before I actually went on the actual vacation. Started with the family. Yes, I'm out of my familiar places of praying. You know, I had to, before I even slept, okay, where am I going to pray? I was actually looking for a place. Oh, I'm going to pray there tomorrow morning when I wake up. Okay, I'm going to do that like that, and then this like that, and then, okay, cool, all right, fine, continued executed on that, the preparation, everything going smoothly, fine. And then now, it got to a point where the vacation got busy. Right? I was invited by one of my brothers to go with the fam to a wedding and this, that, you know. We went on it. And you know when they say you've been terrorized by mosquitoes? You were terrorized by mosquitoes. That was a terrorist attack. That was a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack. We didn't even need to buy souvenirs, because the mosquitoes made sure we left with souvenirs. So, plus it was hot and the sleep, the this, that, and it's like, even in that, I was like, yo, I'm not going to stop with me praying because the conditions are like this. I continued. I woke up in that. I woke up in the midst of all that. I prayed. Acknowledged God in that. And we were like driving for 6 hours. and the time for me to pray hit. Though I was in the car, I prayed a bit. Like, yo, I'm not going to allow any circumstance to keep me away from God, to keep me away from praying, you know? Continued. I prayed in that. I prayed after the terrorist attack. I prayed after the terrorist attack and keeping that consciousness of, yo, firstly, I'm dependent on God, and secondly, I'm a man of prayer. I'm a person of prayer, right? I'm keeping that consciousness. And in keeping with that consciousness, I could tell that it would remind me every time my flesh wanted to gain ground. Because as much as I might be saying, there is someone else who's alive to a certain type of reality that is allowing them, or let me not say allowing them, to a certain type of reality. I'm not even talking about the people that I'm with. I'm talking about like me looking at other people, because I was with my people who were in the car. We cool. The more I looked with my eyes, actually thinking about it, it's like their realities would talk to me in my mind. What do I mean? You know, I pray I don't lose you as I get into this. It's like their realities will talk to me in my mind. Everything has a perverted version of itself. And if you don't have a consciousness of, I, firstly, am a person submitted to God. Secondly, I'm a person of prayer. If you don't have that consciousness, that perverted version is more attractive to your flesh. And if you don't have that consciousness that you are submitted to God, that God is your reality, like it's your authority. If you don't have that consciousness that I am a praying man, it's easy to subscribe to it. Because I could feel my internals trying to overindulge in certain things, overindulge in the environment, allowing myself to be happier from the energy, not just that which is of God that is coming from me, but from the energy of that environment.